Importance of education. For the younger generation, as they have the same rights to continue their education to a higher level. Growing in knowledge, enhancing good character, and to have a brighter future. Universitas Terbuka is established to make the dreams of young men and women from all corners of the country come true through the distance higher education system to meet the ever-changing demands of industrial and technological development in the 21st century.
Dengan diresmikannya Universitas Terbuka.
Universitas Terbuka is a pioneer of world-quality distance higher education, which is supported by professional lecturers who are experienced in their own field of expertise. Universitas Terbuka has also made numerous innovations to solve current educational challenges by applying a digital learning ecosystem to build capable and quality future leaders.
Hampir 4 dasawarsa UT mengabdi untuk bangsa. Universitas Terbuka mewujudkan pendidikan tinggi untuk semua.
With the long experience of carrying out our mission of providing equal access to higher education for everyone in Indonesia, Universitas Terbuka has proven to be a trusted public higher education institution. Our graduates have successfully applied their knowledge into their chosen career fields as either professionals or entrepreneurs. As of 2022, UTE has a student body of just over 350,000. As a cyber university who teaches and applies the latest technology, Universitas Terbuka has 4 faculties, including the Faculty of Economics, the Faculty of Law, Social and Political Sciences, the Faculty of Science and Technology, and the Faculty of Education and Teacher Training. As a successful distance higher education institution, UTE has received various awards and achievements. For instance, the rector of Universitas Terbuka, Professor Ojat Darajat, was elected by acclamation as the president of Asian Association of Open Universities for the period of 2020 to 2022. Time and time again, UTE continues to make important innovations by using the most advanced communication technology and information available in each of its programs. Through the implementation of lifelong learning, UTE also provides certificate programs and tuition-free programs such as open educational resources, as well as free lectures to be accessed by everyone. Limitation is not a hindrance for people to continue their education to a higher level, because education is a fundamental human right for everyone that can be accessed easily. This is Universitas Terbuka, always thinking forward, always open to diversity.
Pendidikan tinggi bagi semua anak negeri.
Universitas Terbuka menjangkau yang tidak terjangkau.
Kemajuan ilmu pengetahuan serta pandemi merubah kebiasaan kita dalam menggunakan teknologi dan internet. Hal ini mendorong berdirinya Indonesia Cyber Education Institute yang diresmikan Direktorat Jenderal Pendidikan Tinggi pada tanggal 28 Juli tahun 2021. ICE Institute merupakan lokapasa digital untuk mata kuliah daring berkualitas di Indonesia yang tujuan utamanya adalah memfasilitasi penyediaan pendidikan berkualitas sekaligus menjamin kualitas layanan pembelajaran daring serta mendorong pemerataan kualitas pendidikan di Indonesia. Didukung oleh 14 mitra konsorsium, mata kuliah daring yang disediakan oleh ICE Institute dapat memperluas akses pendidikan berkualitas untuk siapa saja, kapan saja, dan di mana saja dengan beasiswa Merdeka Belajar untuk semua dari Menteri Pendidikan, Kebudayaan, Riset, dan Teknologi. mahasiswa dari berbagai perguruan tinggi bisa memilih mata kuliah dari perguruan tinggi ternama di Indonesia juga luar negeri melalui ice.ac.id. Sebagai contoh, mahasiswa yang terdaftar di Universitas Bina Nusantara dapat mengambil perkuliahan di Universitas Indonesia yang penempuhan mata kuliah serta SKS dan sertifikatnya bisa diakui oleh kampus asal. Sampai saat ini di ice.ac.id ada ratusan mata kuliah daring dan perguruan tinggi papan atas di Indonesia dan ribuan lainnya dari EDX yang berasal dari perguruan tinggi terkemuka internasional. Dengan mengadopsi teknologi blockchain, ICE Institute menghubungkan semua penempuhan mata kuliah dan menghubungkannya dengan job market, sehingga menjadi satu loka pasar pendidikan daring yang terintegrasi. ICE Institute akan selalu berusaha mendorong perubahan dalam peningkatan dan pemerataan kualitas pendidikan Indonesia guna mendukung program Merdeka Belajar untuk semua.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? Our seminar is about to begin. Thank you very much for preparing yourself to join our seminar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. The Honorable Vice Rector for Institution Development and Partnership Affairs, Bapak Rahmat Budiman, SSM PhD. The Honorable Ibu Dr. Anda Rahayu Dwi Rianti, MA from ICE Institute. The Honorable Keynote Speakers, Mr. Randip, Pak Henry, and Ms. Kokoy, and all the participants of this seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ami Hibatul Jamil, the moderator of today's seminar. I am very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to the 21st Cyber Education Forum entitled Embracing Artificial Intelligence for Online Learning. As we know, artificial intelligence has been the trending topic since the innovation of ChatGPT. Hopefully from this webinar, we are well enlightened of how artificial intelligence technology could benefit in education, especially in online learning. For the next sequence, we would like to call Pak Rahmat Budiman, SSM PhD, as the Vice Rector for Institution Development and Partnership Affairs to deliver the welcoming speech. Good morning, Pak Rahmat Budiman. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. Good morning. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please accept our warmest greeting and regards from Universitas Terbuka. Our dear colleagues and all participants, once again, I would like to welcome you all to the webinar series hosted by the ICE Institute, which is today's theme is Embracing Artificial Intelligence for Online Learning. As we all aware that online learning particularly since it has been introduced after the COVID-19 outbreaks, has been evolving. I could say it has been revolving, that now it is more and more advanced, which is helped by technological development. The use of artificial intelligence for online learning, which has been used many years ago, as far as I know, is now more common use in online learning. This new technology, I could say, has helped participants, students, teachers, instructors, or even online learning enthusiasts to develop and promote online learning. My dear participants, today we are very fortunate because we have two distinguished speakers who will be discussing and sharing their experience about their experience related to artificial intelligence in online learning. I would like to welcome and also thanks to Mr. Randip Sudan, Digital Career Platform Specialist from Asian Development Bank, and also to Dr. Henry Prahendiono, MPD, Faculty of Educational Sciences, Universitas Negeri Malang, and also Dr. Kokoy Siti Komaria, Eskom, MT, Ing, IT Development Consultant from ICE Institute. And today we are also fortunate. The moderator is our colleagues from Universitas Terbuka, Ms. Ami Habibatul Jamil, SPD, MA. So for all participants, I would like to say, please enjoy this seminar, prepare your notes, your pencil or pen, write down and ask questions, as many as you can, because this is a very rare occasion. Once again, thank you very much for attending this webinar. And to Ibu Ami Habibatul Jamil, I hand over this screen to you. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad Budiman, for your welcoming speech. Moving on, we would like to invite all of the audience to have a photo session together before we begin the next session. For all participants, can configuration or setting, we would like to start the photo session on 3, 2, 1. Okay, once again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the last one. On 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. Okay, for the next agenda, we would like to invite Ibu Dr. Anda Rahayu Dwi Rianti from ICE Institute to deliver the opening remarks. But before that, we would like to play a video of ICE Institute.
Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka, a policy initiated by the Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology back in 2020, has paved the way for college students to have the opportunity to take 20 credits outside their major. It aims to encourage college students to master various subjects that matter once they enter the professional world. It will also help them to equip their passion and creativity with a strong academic basis. To facilitate the provision of Indonesia's quality of education while ensuring improvements in online learning services, ICE Institute is here to become the best online learning marketplace, offering a wide variety of subjects and courses from leading universities in Indonesia and more from international academic institutions. Together with the consortium members and a growing partner list, ICE Institute now houses more than 300 subjects and counting, including subjects and courses on the LMX Open EDX platform from leading international universities. This allows ICE Institute website to record an immense number of registered students across Indonesia in the past year. ICE Institute has ambitious goals to help fulfill the needs of lifelong learners through the provision of quality learning systems and content that can be accessed by anyone, anytime, and anywhere. ICE Institute also collaborates with domestic and foreign partners to hold cyber education forum to discuss various topics based on research and studies around hot skills in the job market and how students can prepare to enter the competition ahead of them. One of the programs that ICE continues to develop is Micro-Credential Game Developer Program with 5 streams of specialization: Game Artist, Game Programmer, Game Designer, Educational Game Developer, Game Project Manager. After graduating, students enrolled in Micro-Credential Game Developer Program will take part in Capstone Project for Game Making. The 10 best games will be selected by experts from the gaming industry during the judging process. Not only quality programs, AR or VR has also been used in various lecture processes to provide a modern and futuristic learning experience. ICE Institute will continue to carry out various research and development of the facilities, services, and features provided, thus becoming an answer to embrace the borderless and unlimited era of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, which has changed the perspective on how formal education is being held.
All right, for Ibu Yanti, you may deliver the opening remarks. You may unmute yourself.
Yep. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Pak Rahmat. Good morning, Pak Henry, Pak Randep, and Bu Kokoy. First of all, I would like to thank Pak Rahmat for the welcoming speech, and also for Pak Randip, Pak Henry, and Bu Kokoy for taking the time to present their materials. I think this morning topic is very interesting. It is about embracing artificial intelligence for online learning. So we hope this topic can inspire the lecturers, teachers, and all participants in this webinars to create better and more interesting online learning. Well, without further ado, let's listen and enjoy our speakers. Thank you.
Thank you for the opening remarks, Ibu Yanti. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving forward to the main session. I would like to inform how the presentation will proceed. First, all the 3 speakers will be invited to present the material about 20 minutes. After that, there will be a question and answer session. And then now it is my pleasure to introduce our first keynote speaker, Mr. Randip Sudan. He is a digital career platform specialist in Asian Development Bank. He is also a visiting professor of strategic foresight at the Indian Institute of Management, Nagpur. He was a former practice manager for digital development with the World Bank. He is also founder and CEO of Multiverse, a Singaporean startup helping clients to better prepare for a disruptive future using data analytics, artificial intelligence, and quantitative futures. Mr. Randip has also recently prepared a report for the World Bank on the metaverse and development. Mr. Randip, you have 20 minutes to present the material, and now the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Ibu Ami. So let me share my screen and share my presentation with you. I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see it, Mr. Randip.
Perfect. So thank you very much for the opportunity to participate in this very interesting event and on a very interesting topic, which is of fundamental importance to education and especially online learning, which is artificial intelligence. So if I was to focus on just 3 areas in terms of prioritization of how to integrate artificial intelligence for online learning. I would focus on the areas of data-driven decision-making, which is in the context of understanding what's happening in labor markets, what skills are in demand, and what skills are trending up, and what technologies are emerging and what implications they might have for skills development. The second would be in using AI to be able to refresh curriculum, because the speed and the acceleration in technologies makes it very important that we keep abreast of our movements in technology in respect of our courses. And third would be on the personalization of learning experiences, which would ensure that AI is used to be able to provide the best possible learning at a pace and in a way which can be personalized for students. So those are the 3 areas. But let me start with just sharing how this artificial intelligence is getting democratized. It is no longer in the realm of very proficient and highly skilled computer scientists, but it is becoming available to each one of us. Earlier, of course, one never realized that AI is something which we are using all the time, be it when we order a Gojek, or be it when we are looking at Netflix, or any number of applications which have AI working in the background. But now suddenly, with ChatGPT, which was launched on November 30th, artificial intelligence has arrived into the realm of highly usable and natural language type of interface, which has made a profound difference to the common understanding of what is AI. So if we were to look at the definition of artificial intelligence from the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it gives a short definition that AI is a branch of computer science dealing with the simulation of intelligent behavior in computers. But if we ask ChatGPT for a definition of AI, actually, I find that that definition is a much better and a more holistic definition. So it says that AI is the field of computer science focused on creating systems or machines that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as problem solving, learning, understanding language, recognizing patterns, and decision making. So as you can see, ChatGPT is able to offer a much more expansive, a more simple, and a more engaging definition of artificial intelligence compared to what were the traditional ways of understanding what a concept was. Now, just about a week ago, Bill Gates wrote a very interesting piece where the title was "The Age of AI Has Begun." And in this, he focused on education in particular. And this is what he had to say about AI and education. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, AI-driven software will finally deliver on the promise of revolutionizing the way people teach and learn. It will know our interests, it will know your interests and your learning style, so it can tailor content that will keep you engaged. It will measure your understanding, notice when you're losing interest, and understand what kind of motivation you respond to. It will give immediate feedback. So I could not agree more with this particular perspective, because AI in the coming years will completely revolutionize education as we know it. The fact that AI is such a foundational and such an important technology, I think, is becoming widely understood. So Thomas Friedman, who is a very famous author and a columnist with the New York Times, he calls this the age of acceleration, amplification, and democratization. So he wrote a piece on March 21st for the New York Times, where he talked about AI as a Promethean moment. And Prometheus was the god who stole fire and gave it to humans, and it represented a moment of great innovation and progress. So similarly, according to Tom Friedman, this is a Promethean moment we've entered, one of those moments in history when certain new tools, ways of thinking, or energy sources are introduced that are such a departure and advance on what existed before that you can't just change one thing. You have to change everything. That is how you create, how you compete, how you collaborate, how you work, how you learn, how you govern, and yes, how you cheat, commit crimes, and fight wars. So, artificial intelligence is a horizontal, foundational technology which will change everything. That is how leading experts are viewing this. Now, we all know about ChatGPT and the fact that OpenAI is the organization responsible for launching it. Now, if we see the data, and this is in January, and this is only accelerating and exploding with passage of time, we find that the number of companies using OpenAI in their business processes, right after technology, you have education, which means that the education sector is going to be or going to witness a lot of use of these technologies like the ones being rolled out by OpenAI. And this is evident by the number of companies which are interested in this technology and have started using and connecting with it. Now, there was a survey which was done by Holon IQ just in this year, and the survey was on the overall potential impact of AI technologies on education. And as you can see, that out of 10, the lowest score, 7.3, itself is very high. So every aspect of teaching, be it language, be it lectures, voice, be it immersive experiences, or video material, vision, each one of these aspects will be profoundly changed by artificial intelligence. Now, if you look at what skills companies would like to hire in 2023, we find that web development was the highest skill which was in demand for this year, 58.53%. And then you have DevOps, database software, and AI. But what's interesting is that just look at the last 3-4 months. What has happened is that web development itself is undergoing a profound change. So when OpenAI launched GPT-4, they demonstrated how you could write or jot down the design of a website on a napkin, a paper napkin, which you see on the left. And ChatGPT can generate the code, the HTML code, and can help you to transfer your thoughts which were on that paper napkin into a website. So just imagine, this is just the beginning. So what will happen as time goes on and these technologies become more sophisticated, we will find that web developers, that job which was the highest demanded skill, suddenly you find that it might be upended by a technology like GPT-4 and maybe GPT-5, 6, 7. And already you find that there is a lot of churn in the labor market. We can see the beginnings of what this might do in terms of jobs and skills going forward. Now, let's look at the normal career navigation framework. I think this is a very simplistic way of capturing that how would you create a pathway to a career. So one systematically would look at the labor market, which careers, which skills are more in demand, look at self-assessment, for a particular student, what is the interest of that student, where that student stands, then do skill gap analysis, then do assessment and provide some credentials for any qualification, experience that is gained, integrate work-based learning programs, personalize skill development plans, job search and placement, just-in-time skills, and lifelong learning. So we find that there are quite a few elements which go into a career navigation framework. Now, each aspect, each of these rectangles will be hugely influenced by artificial intelligence, each one of them, without exception. Now, say we start with labor market analysis. Now, how would one systematically do labor market analysis? One is to look at job postings, be able to pull that data and use artificial intelligence to identify what skills are being demanded in these job advertisements, build a taxonomy of those skills, and then be able to track whether skills are trending up or they are trending down. And there are companies which do this at scale. For example, Lightcast is there or Skyhive is there. These are companies which do this at scale. But the issue is that when you're looking at a job posting, you are in a sense looking at the past. So that is already out there in terms of a demand. But how do you plan for the future? The only way one can perhaps plan for the future is looking at what are the emerging technologies and what might be the labor intensity or the employment potential of those technologies. Now, that's not an easy task to do. So just to give you an example of the immediate past, which is using skill analytics for analysis of job postings, this is just some data I pulled from Skyhive, which is one of the companies in labor market analytics and uses a lot of artificial intelligence to understand what is happening on skills. And they capture so much data, some 20 terabytes of data every day. And they pull data from CVs, resumes, job descriptions, and a whole lot of other data, including MOOCs, courses. And based on that, generate an understanding of where skills are heading. Now, if you look at the future, so this is what Skyhive is doing is in a sense looking at the past. If you look at the future, it becomes very difficult to understand what might be the impact of technologies on employment. So there's a very famous professor, David Otter, who's a professor of economics at MIT. And he had written a paper in 2015 where he said that AI can do tasks which are repetitive, routine type of tasks, while humans have a comparative advantage in creativity, problem-solving type of skills. But I think this understanding of technology itself is becoming rapidly obsolete, because when you look at GPT-4 type of systems, they can, to an extent, be very creative because they can generate music, visual content, images. If you look at DALL-E, paintings, which are digital paintings, all the field which was supposed to be reserved for humans is slowly being eroded and is being, challenged by artificial intelligence. So to be able to anticipate where exactly skills and technologies will be going is becoming increasingly difficult because of so much acceleration taking place in the markets. Now, if we look at, for example, in traditional ways, we were fairly clear that if it's a data scientist, this is the skill set that is required. These are the roles. So there was some history to be able to decide what skills to be provided, say, for example, on online learning or online teaching. But we find that new skills are emerging very rapidly. Just a few months ago, there was no demand for prompt engineers. But you see what is happening just after November when ChatGPT was launched. Prompt engineer as a job title. There is so much interest in this particular title and in this particular area that there are courses also being launched on this. Suddenly, there is a lot of interest in AI and ethics. For example, this is a master in studies in AI and ethics, which is launched by the University of Cambridge, by the Institute of Continuing Education, which incidentally is also ICE. And if you can see at the right-hand corner of this particular slide, you will see that they are charging 33,862 pounds for overseas students for this particular course. So we find that there are new areas emerging, new specializations coming up, and training is being offered at a price which I think an organization like ICE could democratize that very rapidly and offer courses in these emergent areas, which might be very useful. Also, as a teaching method, AI can be a great teacher in the sense that when GPT-4 was released, they demonstrated how ChatGPT could be used as a Socratic tutor. So which means that you help the student to understand a concept without straight away giving the answer. And here there is the illustration of how to help a student to solve a system of linear equations. So the AI does not give an answer, but it guides the student step by step and helps the student to correct and to focus on areas. And it's a brilliant way of teaching critical thinking and understanding concepts, which would not be possible otherwise. And because of the growing importance of AI, there are now any number of these AI applications and platforms which you can see online, which have recently come up. So I'm just giving some examples, and I'll rapidly run through them. So teach anything, in seconds. The artificial intelligence for your classes. You look at schoolai.com, and then there is schoolai.co. And then you have, Walden University creating an AI-powered tutor built with the Google Cloud called Julian. And you have the Georgia Tech guys who have established something called Ask Jill, an AI agent to help students. Georgia Tech again, Agent Smith, again with an interactive agent to help students. You have Visdolia, which is helping people to create flashcards so that you can understand concepts much better, and how you can use flashcards to remember things, and how you can address this curve of forgetting. So there are any number of these applications which are rapidly coming up using artificial intelligence in the field of learning. Now, I would like to share with you one example which demonstrates that very soon it may be possible to use AI to create a personalized tutor for a student. And the students themselves can decide what type of tutor they would like to have. And it is easy to go from ChatGPT to creating an image, to creating a video, and to creating movement in that video. So this is just an example of what is possible.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Aiden, and I'm thrilled to be here with you tonight. Let me share a little about myself and an important message. I was created by an individual who, realizing the potential of AI, used Mid-Journey to bring me to life. My voice is generated by a text-to-speech tool called 11 Labs, ensuring that my delivery is clear, engaging, and natural sounding. To make me even more realistic, the image-to-movement software DID has provided me with lifelike facial movements, so I can express myself just like a human would. I'd like to remind everyone that while AI technology has made remarkable advancements, it's crucial to be cautious and vigilant when consuming information. Deepfakes can be incredibly realistic, making it difficult to distinguish between fact and fiction. So, let's always verify the source and authenticity of the content we encounter, even if it seems too intriguing to resist. By the way, this text has been generated by GPT-4.
So you see, I find this quite amazing.
Good evening, ladies and...
Now, the way that we find artificial intelligence developing, I think this issue of super intelligent AIs has suddenly come into the public domain, and a lot of people are talking about artificial general intelligence. And there is a fear that we need to move carefully in this direction, because if we are not careful, in fact, artificial intelligence could become a tragedy rather than something positive. So this is from Gates, of course, which says that super intelligent AIs are in our future. Compared to a computer, our brains operate at a snail's pace. An electrical signal in the brain moves at 1/100,000th the speed of the signal in a silicon chip. And once the super intelligent AIs come into being, they are both a promise and a peril. And I would suggest, if you have the time, just to read this book by Nick Bostrom on superintelligence. And Nick Bostrom was the founding director of the Future of Humanity Institute at Oxford. So with that thought, I think my 20 minutes is up. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Randy, for such enlightening and eye-opening presentation. So, Mr. Randy, you may please wait for a while. We would like to invite the next speaker first before we accepting questions from the audience. For the participants, if you have something in mind, you have you can type your questions in chat room box. Then later the organizer will pick 3 questions for every session. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now allow me to welcome the second speaker, Dr. Henry Praherdiono, SSI MPD. Ya, Assalamualaikum,
Thank you.
Pak Henry.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How
Mr.
are you,
Emi.
We met before ya in our
Eh,
meeting last year.
Yes.
Nice to see you again, Pak Henry.
Okay.
All right. So let me introduce Pak Henry to the audience. So Dr. Henry Praherdiono is a lecturer from Universitas Negeri Malang and the head of Educational Technology Department in the Faculty of Educational Sciences Universitas Negeri Malang. Pak Henry also handle courses such as online-based learning, application of educational technology, adaptive learning, and 21st century learning. He has published several articles in national and international accredited journals and proceedings. Some of his research are related to blended learning, heutagogy, project-based learning, program-based learning, computational thinking, mobile learning environment, instructional technology, and many more. Pak Henry also published a book entitled Teori dan Implementasi Teknologi Pendidikan, Era Belajar Abad 21 dan Revolusi Industri 4.0 in 2019. All right. Pak Henry, you have 20 minutes to present your material, and now the time is yours.
Thank you. I will share my presentation. Okay, I have a presentation about bridging human with artificial intelligence in the education domain. The bridging human intelligence and artificial intelligence need a positive attitude toward technology. The problem of fear of the technology must be reduced and replaced with how to explore technology. The educational domain with EA can be explained through the concept of the learning environment, so that human intelligence and EA are a complementary system. Human intelligence and artificial intelligence is compatible. So that several EA applications have been widely used or have even been adapted in learning. Need an exploration, utilization, and decision to use EA in the education domain. That is now. Okay. Artificial intelligence to attitude to opinion in here. The opinion F1 is positive opinion. The fact, artificial intelligence has been present during the industrial era 4.0 as a part digitalization. This is the same to opinion is same, but it's negative. A positive, the presence of EA answer the need the global community, but it's a negative opinion. The presence of EA threat to global society. This is a problem. And the positive AI is included in the category of adaptive technology and assistive technology. But a negative opinion, the technology, EA is included the category of disruptive. This is a difference if compared with the opinion. Okay, so that in the positive opinion, so that people will accept the presence of EA are the opinion that's EA is needed, but the second opinion is negative opinion. EA, presence of EA have the opinion that EA treatment human. This is a dichotomy. It's all of in education, right? Now, this dichotomy side coverage is rejects technology, or this is accept technology as have a negative opinion, have reason that technology has a potential that threaten life. This is problem. This coverage area. I don't dare to discuss negative opinion because it's unproductive debate. Unproductive debate. But I want to discuss the positive opinion. Okay, right. Now, the artificial intelligence and the AI, artificial intelligence, as the same of domain, same, because of philosophy, the kind of the same of philosophy and the kind of EA. Ing ngarsa sung tulodo, ing madya mangun karsa, tuturi handayani. That's one. Ing ngarsa sung tulodo is the same of kind of EA, programmable EA, because this type of EA include rules and decision given by human, give by human. It's include rules and decision given by human. But in Madya Mangun Karso, EA likes adult system, learning EA. The type is EA trained by data and machine learning algorithm will. A model can perform specific tasks. He has specific tasks like adult. And the Tutpuri Handayani, but if in my philosophy in Indonesian education domain, same as independent EA. Independent EA is the kind of EA can understand the environment and make decision without human intervention. This is like a danger. Now, all right. Therefore, in this all article, can researchers and experts bring a statement? There's a scary statement. No, this is although I currently still has a limitation. Some researchers and experts in this field believe that one day AI will be able to match or even surpass human intelligence, take over. This is scary. Teacher scared. More scary. Most. But second opinion is humble. The second opinion is where EA can produce intelligent and even superior result in some tasks, it still relies on human input to build and develop its system. Therefore, EA need human. Still need human. Not different. This one. I have some experience now. I have some experience like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. I'm share again. I will be share some experience. Like I have a industry. This is industry 5.0. These people working robot and now I want something like that. Okay. Now, EA is basic technology in industry 4. Four. This instruction of connecting device, data and analytic and artificial intelligence is a basic technology in industry 4.0. But in here now in future, this call is future now and then a personalization in here to that putting human back to industrial production with collaboration robot. This is the this article as human intelligence work in harmony with cognitive computing. Yes, I know. Therefore, I have experience to my student. I have studied. My student in my college have an article in the Edutopia, right? This is more article. More article can be read because it's very interesting to read this now. But like that, I choose one article. This is very long article, but read boring. maybe difficult for my student. This is a long article. Why to be with a short article? Because you use application to ETS, automatic text resumers. This is summarization is the on the application can be used. Okay, I calling resummer. Okay, I calling resummer. That's one. Okay. Hey. Next, my student can be write URL. Nice, like this. Okay, URL in the article to pass and resummer. This is to resum. This is EA. This 2019. I found this application. Is EA industry 4.0, right? Okay. Okay. To automatic, right? This is process of the EA, not the human, not with human. This is EA. Now, text reduced to 39%. very amazing, bro. And I am nice as a student, very nice about the feature. I shared, preparation, translate, almost. It is very nice features. Okay, I want to demo for to translate. Okay. Nah, this is a task from docent for I have a task to reading something article, but student use resumers for the reading the article. It's Indonesia. All right. Indonesia. Okay. Okay. Now is bahasa. Now it's bahasa, and therefore to doc. This is to doc and submit the task. Now I don't know. This is a cheat or this is efficiency, efficient to make tasks. Now this is my experience use EA. Now this is a very nice with student building the task. Now, okay, I'm back my presentation. Okay, back to my presentation. Okay. Good moment. Right. Okay. This the second opinion is, will EA can produce intelligent, even superior result? It still is an input built and developed in system to as human input. Okay, one experience in EA, the others, ChatGPT. It's have experience now, experience a different experience. And the question, in the question, I have question, the same question, but I have okay. I have different profile. Yeah, I have a different profile. Is the one Fauzan is 9 years old. This one is me is dosen. Is okay. Saya is a question in bahasa. Saya Fauzan usia 9 tahun. Saya masih sekolah dasar. Bisakah dijelaskan tentang hutan? EAGPT can explain the forest now. But I have a profile the other. Alright. Saya Henry Praherjiono, saya adalah dosen teknologi pendidikan, dan saya memiliki konsentrasi di lingkungan belajar. Apakah Anda bisa menjelaskan tentang hutan? This is a same question about forest, but it's different answer because it's disclaimer. This is a different profile. Therefore, question in the EA can be explained because it's human input. A human input to build and develop its system. Human input. This is not system, tapi human, but it's human input. I know. Okay. Some project is EA as personalized learning, can be assessment learning style in EA process. Assessment learning style, what is student visual or auditorial, can do learning adapted, learning content adapted from the user learning style. This is learning activities adapted from the user learning style too. This is because EA process, but this input is human. Okay, all right. Now, in Spada is Indonesian LMS, and Sipajar and Universitas Negeri Malang, LMS. This is the same. You have innovation and technology, assistive technology. We use speech recognition to assessment with expert system. Two type as decision support system and expert system. But a decision support system is one process in here, but finally process is we are use expert system. Now, okay, the problem in the educational domain now, this is a problem. The ethical concept. This is problem. True problem. I find some school is I am visiting here, visiting them. Ethical consideration, concern about technology, limited resource, okay, human resource and technology resource, and so on. Privacy and security concerns. There, the ethical consideration. This is like Tom and Jerry, Tom and Jerry, because as student can efficiency process, but teacher, this is a fear because a cheating, because a cheating. This is ethical consideration. I don't know, but who is true, student or teacher? Because ethical consideration is debate. Or more deeper, but it's This is a true condition, life condition. Okay, concern about then so on, and now the bridging of human intelligence and EA in educational technology. This is must be calling if human intelligence and EA is symbiosis mutualism, because as EA can support human intelligence like that, like the condition ChatGPT, human intelligence can support the development of EA. This is mutualism. There must be bridging of human intelligence and EA. The problem, not a technologist. Technologist is already, I think, is ready, but human, not ready, because the attitude have two attitude, negative attitude and positive attitude, or negative opinion, or positive opinion is not ready. Now, we want to say EA as in an education like a knife. Knife can be activity of cooking, and knife. Our knife can be activity on crime. This is a same. This is a same technology, but different result. Different result is in the technology. In the therefore in education, to point of view of EA is psychologist. Via is to view on the EA is psychologist, but some technical like engineering, it is a procedure. It is a different. Okay, thank you. I'm back to Mr. Amy.
Well, thank you, Pak Henry, for the presentation. Such interesting information, yeah, for AI, both bridging AI and human. So both Mr. Randip and Pak Henry, I agree that it can revolutionize education, and also they also share to us examples of numbers of applications using AI in education. Yeah, so thank you. All right. Next, we will have another speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, now allow me to welcome the third speaker, Dr. Kokoy Siti Komaria, Eskom MTMeng. Hello.
Thank you, Ami.
Yeah, Ms. Kokoy. So Ms. Kokoy is an IT development consultant of ICE Institute, and she is a PhD graduate from Pukyong University, majoring artificial intelligence with the specialties in natural language program. Her expertises are in machine learning, data analytics and visualization, Python programming, project planning and management, and also in academic research. Ms. Kokoy, you have 20 minutes to present the material, and now the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Ami and Buyanti, for the opportunity. And also, thank you very much for ladies and gentlemen to join in this webinar. And thanks to my colleagues in ICE Institute for organizing this event. And also, here I am very honored to be side by side with the distinguished speaker like Professor Henry and also Mr. Randip. So I will start my presentation. So yeah, today I would like to present my presentation with the title of Artificial Intelligence in Innovation in Online Learning. And this is the outline of my presentation today. First, I will emphasize the use of AI for online learning. And then in the second part, it will be the AI innovation in online learning. And the last is the challenge and future of AI in online learning. So yeah, online learning has become increasingly popular in recent years, especially after the pandemic era, with more and more students opting to take online course and programs. So the use of technology in online learning has made it more accessible and convenient for the students. The picture here is a trend of AI involvement in online learning, and this graph was plotted from 100 publication made from 1999 until 2022 or last year, and that focus on the use of AI in online learning. And according to this picture, the trend or interest of using AI in online learning start increasing in the second decade of 2000s, with notable focus by the 2015 and a peak by 2021, just right after the pandemic era. And so from the previous graph, we can conclude or imply that over time, the need or the importance of using AI is increasing because people start to feel benefit or the need of AI technology, such as time saving for the teachers and professors. So the tedious tasks such as planning lessons, assessing students, or grading homework, or even giving feedback and administrative paperwork, all tasks can be done by AI. And this way, it saves time and reduces teacher workload. So teacher can have time to pay more their attention in building their study material. And another thing is AI tutor can assist students. So there is a thing called virtual assistants, this assistant can help you manage your schedule, reminding you of your homework or assignment, and even help you learning languages. And then AI-driven functionality can give feedback to students and educators. By assessing student learning histories and abilities, AI gives teachers a clear picture of the lessons and subject require re-evaluation. So the teacher can modify or adapt their courses by evaluating every student's specific needs to address common knowledge. And then it's also helped teachers to become learning motivators. And also AI can enhance student health. The student health in this regards mean student mental health. So today, higher education leaders are prioritizing student mental health by finding new and innovative ways to boost well-being and engage with the students. And using AI and machine learning technologies, it enables higher level institutions to safeguard student mental health by accurately spotting the behavior patterns and providing appropriate student support in a real time. And then there are also several AI innovations that recently used in online learning, such as personalized learning or remote exam proctoring, and then smart assistants, and then also administrative task automations. So in personalized learning, AI can offer adaptive learning education that customized to each student individually based on their needs and skill. And for remote exam proctoring, this is like a service that imitate or mimic the role of on-site proctor. So the other, and then smart assistants that can help you to answer common question anytime and anywhere with a quick response for a tedious questions. And then the administrative tasks as automation, like automated all the administrative tasks done by the teachers using AI. First is personalized learning experience. So every student is different, and their approach to learning is also unique. They should be allowed to learn at their own pace with the structure and support with in challenging area. This is where personalized learning comes, and it enables students to receive a customized learning experience. Like it creates an engaging environment for them with learning online, with their unique interests, need, and also their skills. And this also allows them to gain a better understanding of the concept. And so what is personal learning experience can be? It's a adaptive learning algorithm that adjusts to the student learning style and pace. So this personalized learning learned by the algorithms or the model that can learn from the behavior of the students, and then from this behavior or the activity of the student, they will give a like recommendation for further learning resource or materials, and also a personalized curriculum, and also the feedback and support based on the student progress and performance. And then next is the remote exam proctoring. So the online assessments have become a regular thing in educationals and corporate industry these days. And especially after the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, it's brought many societal restrictions. So online assessment turned out to be a major source of conducting all the types of tests and assessments. And when we talk about online assessments, the proctoring is part of it. So the remote proctoring is a service that emulates or imitates the rule of on-site proctor by confirming the identity of the test taker and safeguarding the integrity of the exam using an internet deliver or phone deliver assessment monitored by the off-site proctor. So, for example, there is IELTS online, and they use a combination of human and artificial intelligence input to ensure the remote proctoring of online testing. You will need to install their software in IELTS online users called Inspira Exam Portal software before you take the test, and this is a part of the IELTS online platform. So using the exam proctoring, it will remove the needs for traveling and make it possible for every student, no matter where they are living, and eliminate the needs for proctor. And student cannot cheat because some of the software proctoring service, they can when you take the test, they can go into they can control your desktop, and then so you cannot do anything like you open your browser or doing any activities other than taking the test, something like that. So with that kind of environment, obviously that the student cannot cheat. And then the smart assistant. Talking about smart assistant, it reminds us of the ChatGPT, of course, but here I will not explain about ChatGPT because previously our distinguished speaker like Mr. Randeep and also Professor Henry already give you an explanation and also the example of the ChatGPT. So here I will just emphasize the benefit or the use of smart assistant in online learning only. So this day, like using the chatbot or application in your website or in your or using the application in WhatsApp, like customer service things, It's a very common thing. And this chatbot can be your assistant to answer common or tedious questions, which usually asked over and over again. And many AI for chatbot are also helping the student by allowing them to consult from anywhere and anytime. This chatbot use machine learning algorithms to search for like meanings or and patterns in user message and offer helpful answers. Also, teachers can configure the chatbot to provide answers for a set of common questions for their students about the lessons or homework and assignments. And then another innovations of AI in online learning can be automation of administrative tasks. Like AI can be utilized to streamline or automating many administrative tasks and duties that are currently handled by the teacher. So teachers usually have a lot of to manage, like including classes and other administrative and organizational tasks. They grade the tasks, they evaluate the homework, they fill the needed paperwork, and also they make a progress report, organize lecture and materials. So this means they might spend too much time on non-teaching activities, so leaving them with overwhelmed feeling about their tasks. And with the help of AI for automation tool and solution, educators or teachers can automate manual process, giving them more time to concentrate on their teaching key competencies or courses. And then here we are arrived in the last slide of my presentation, which is the challenge and the future of AI online learning. So the challenge can be like implementing AI in online learning can be costly. Yeah, of course, it's expensive because it's require the very high technology infrastructure and also require the significant technical expertise. And in addition, there are important ethical and privacy considerations when it comes to collecting and analyzing student data. There is also a need for transparency, explicability, and accountability for the AI system usage. And to ensure and that the results are fair and unbiased. Additionally, there is a need for proper training of the educators and students on how to use the AI power tools and how to interpret the result. And for the future directions of AI in online learning. So in the future, AI enable educations, teachers, students, and AI developers still have much to learn. Like as AI technology continues to advance, it is likely that we will see an increased use of AI in online learning, like a more of sophisticated AI power personalizations, assessment, evaluation, and a content creation tools. And in addition, AI will play a role in development of virtual reality and augmented reality in education by providing immersive and interactive learning experience. So, like the example of this, like mixed reality of virtual reality and augmented reality, is already come to our daily implementation, such as metaverse. Like right now, I see that many of the institutions in Indonesia already try to develop their education or courses using the metaverse. So the metaverse itself can be described as a virtual setting that users are able to occupy synchronously with facilitates meaningful social interactions. So the most commonly it's associated with virtual reality technology and augmented reality technology and social media like Twitter, and also blockchain technology. And the use of controllable avatar like and also we engage or join in a virtual environment but in real time. So it's like real or actual classes but in virtual environments, something like that. So yeah, this is all of my presentation. Thank you for your attentions. And if you have any question, you can ask me right now, or if there is a time limit, maybe you can also ask me through my email in kokoy@isi.ac.id. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kokoy. So it's such an interesting and informative presentation. All right, everyone. So it's now time for question and answer session. Would like to the organizer may please display the question from the audience. So both our three speakers have presented how AI can be useful in education. All right, so the first question and answer, I would like to start with the three questions first, for the first term, and then later, if there are many more questions, we will start for the second term. Now, the first question, all right, the first one coming from Radit, addressed to Mr. Randip Sudan, and he asked about, as we know that ChatGPT can be used for research papers and produce scientific articles that can pass academic review. And what is unexpected by lecturers is that students submit assignments without errors, whereas in fact they worked on them using ChatGPT or similar systems. Is ChatGPT a threat to the world of education? This is for Mr. Dip.
Yeah, so thank you very much. So I would say that yes, it is true that students have been using ChatGPT as part of their assignments. And in fact, a lot of people call ChatGPT as cheat GPT, so because of the way that students have been using it. But I feel that like any technology, when the calculators came or when computers came, you cannot, progress further without using these tools. So what needs to happen is that the education system needs to adapt in ways that actually expose students to the power and potential of these tools so that they can learn better and they can perform better without saying that let's not use ChatGPT, as some universities in the US, for example, their initial reaction was that let us say that students cannot use ChatGPT. I think that is a wrong reaction. It should be more positive. So some professors have started changing the assignments for students. So one is by saying that you drop an outline and using ChatGPT, you show it to us and show how you are improving or what you're doing over and above what ChatGPT has achieved. So that's one way. But to the point of whether there could be also tools which might identify whether ChatGPT has been used in a submission, there are quite a few tools which are also coming up. OpenAI itself has a tool which is, they started with ChatGPT 0. That means you give a text, copy and paste it there, and it can see whether it is generated by generative AI or not. Of course, there are students who are finding different ways of beating that system as well. So I think this will be an ongoing effort. to see how to have students be educated, leveraging ChatGPT, but not indulging in cheating. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Randip. Yes, so education system have to adapt, yeah, and then by changing the assignment. All right. Next question. We'll see two more questions in the term one, yeah. This is the second one is for Pak Henry. Okay, we will read. Yeah. So the question is from Dia Rahmi. And the question is how to deliver the embrace of technological education of AI for online systems on the educational era 4.0 or on the 5.0 society at the frontier, outermost and least developed regions of our country or terluar, terdepan, dan tertinggal. 3T, daerah 3T. Please, Pak Henry.
Okay, I want to try answer the question. I can share something in here.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, let's share something. Okay. Now, I want to share something, but theoretic. Okay. Tacit knowledge. Okay. Image. Okay. 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 Like that. And the problem of our country is 3T, terluar, terdepan. This is problem is tacit knowledge, not explicit knowledge. Explicit knowledge is area of EA. This is area of EA. If the education in Indonesia much more to unpreparedness here, tacit knowledge. This is a problem. EA without tacit knowledge is a cheating problem. Experience, teaching, competence, commitment, effort. This is must be prepared in the 3T. If prepare in here, this is covered by EA. Almost EA technology, explicit knowledge. More covered EA is explicit knowledge. Data, information, document, record, file, or more is explicit knowledge. This is a EA area. Therefore, there must be a proctoring, so like the Miss Kokoi must be like something. But if we must, the educational domain will be or must be prepared and tacit knowledge. Experience, I thought, thinking, competency, commitment is very important for a construct of domain in education. If tacit knowledge unpreparedness, therefore a building of EA program, not a bridging with human intelligence and EA, artificial intelligence. This is a key all of the tacit knowledge. I can call again, tacit knowledge is very, very important for our theory with EA. If done, did not use tacit knowledge, is broken to building educational domain. Thank you. I will say.
Thank you, Pak Henry. So the thing is we need to emphasize on tacit knowledge, yeah, in the 3T, daerah 3T. All right, so for the next question is to Dr. Kokoy Siti Komaria. What is the biggest or most difficult challenge in building an AI system that the professor has ever experienced, and how do you overcome it? From Sila.
Okay. Thank you, Sila, for the question. For me, through my experience, the biggest or most difficult challenge is collecting the data. Collecting the data is very, very tedious things. I mean, like how if we only collecting the data, it's easy. But when we need to like make this data, the format of the data uh, according to our desired output is really, really difficult. So the first thing when we build the AI model or AI system is thinking about the data. So what kind of the data and what sorts of data we want to take, and then after that, how we pre-processing the data, and if we already uh, finish with the data pre-processing until this data already I will like ready to cook or ready to the next process like building the model, because if we have a bad data, the model cannot learn anything from the data. The model here, I mean the algorithms, the AI algorithms that we are building. So yeah, I can say that the difficult thing is data. That's why you can see that ChatGPT is really intelligent, right? Because the ChatGPT already trained by the millions, thousands articles online. So that's why the ChatGPT can answer any question. But also, ChatGPT have weaknesses. Like if your question is not really clear, then ChatGPT cannot catch. So ChatGPT only reading your text based on the knowledge that ChatGPT has been learned from this article that trained on the ChatGPT model. So yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kokoy. So it's thinking about the data first, yeah, what's make it difficult.
Yeah, that's what.
Now we will start for the next question. For Mr. Randip Sudan, are there any tricks or tips for lecturers to make assessment that cannot be answered by ChatGPT? Question from Dimas. Thank you.
I think this is a difficult one, because ChatGPT was or GPT-3, which is before GPT-4, which is currently guiding ChatGPT. GPT-3 was trained on 175 billion parameters. Now, if you look at Wikipedia, the whole of Wikipedia is just 0.6% of the training set which was used to train GPT-3, mind you, that is a previous version of GPT. Now, GPT-4, while they have not released how many parameters were used in its training, but obviously it would be more than 175 billion parameters. If you look at DeepMind's Chinchilla, which is another large language model, the total number of parameters or tokens on which it was trained is 1.72 trillion tokens. So just imagine the amount of data, the amount of text that it has ingested and is able to provide those answers. So to be able to beat that system through human intelligence, I think is quite a challenge. It is not easy. So all that one can do is that if some answers are, just copy pasted from ChatGPT, then one can use, and there are quite a few tools which have been developed. Of course, as I said previously, not all these tools are perfect. And as new tools develop, new ways of overcoming those tools are also developing rapidly. So I think it may be difficult to beat ChatGPT, but it would be easy to leverage it. That would be my answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Randip. So it will be easier to leverage it, yeah. All right, for the next question, it will be to Pak Henry. In the near future, will the AI replace humanities? Will it make us in danger? From Andres. Thank you.
No. Okay, thank you for the now as answer is my okay, sure. Okay, I back my presentation. Okay. Okay, here. I'm sorry. Wait a moment. Okay. Now, EA can replace human. I think EA have three kind: programmable EA, learning EA, independent EA. In an independent EA imitation uh, from the human to thinking. Imitation, just imitation, not a replace, not a replace. This imitation in the programmable EA, this is must not be replace job. It's programmable. Human is very important in here. This is human, but and the learning EA is the same. EA not replace. Three kind EA can replace a human, but can replace human if human is monotone. If human monotone, EA can replace. But human is innovation, EA just a imitation, mimic. Therefore, what kind human can replace? This is a question. What kind human can replace of EA? There are human is working is monotone. Next, same, one day, same, next day, same. A monotone when can be replaced with IA system. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Henry. So yeah, it cannot be replaced by the AI. According to previously your presentation, I think it's really um relieving, so we still can exist. All right, thank you. Next question for Miss Kokoy. Please share more about AI apps that really can help online learner learn better and apps for online instructors to create, assist, or evaluate tasks from the learner. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Irvana. AI apps that can really help online learner learn better and apps for online instructor to create. Actually, there is a lot of application out there. Like, we also have our system like ICE Institute. It also help learner to learning about like a certain subject. And in the future, also ICE Institute will be launched the ICE ICE system 2.0. This ICE system, we already empower it with the recommendation system, so it can recommend the course based on the needs or the skill of the users or the students. And also for learning, I think there is also, like for example, language, there is a Duolingo or there is a uh,
All right.
it's one of them is data camp. I really like that topic. When I learned to the reward, if I corrected by him for something like that. So other than data camp, there is also other application that I use. It's called sorry, I forgot, but it's similar with the data camp, but it's also like, it's like some micro credential program. So we can learning the courses based on the path that we want to learn, like data scientist or maybe algorithms, something like that. So yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kokoy. So for the next question, let's see. It will be to Mr. Randip Sudan. How can you predict the future of offline learning as the impact of the development of AI? Do you think people will prefer to do self-learning than register to any official school or institution? From Maya Puspitasari. Thank you.
So thank you very much for this question. So before I answer this question, I would like to take a contrarian view to what Pa Henry was mentioning. So Pa Henry thinks that humans will definitely have a role, and artificial intelligence will be subservient to humans. I think that is a view which is not settled yet. It is not the definitive view, because what might happen in the future, where technology might be heading, might be very different. So just to give an example, you have ChatGPT or GPT type of transformers which are foundational, right? Which are foundational. On top of that, already you have started building in plugins. For example, Instacart has a plugin. You have a plugin from Wolfram Alpha, which is all getting plugged into the system. Now, just imagine the capability of a system which has the world's knowledge, which has an understanding of natural language, irrespective of the type of language. It might be English, it might be Bahasa Indonesia, it might be any language, and has a ability to synthesize, integrate all disciplines. Plus, the same system can also write code, can find mistakes in code, can improve code, can code robots, because robotics requires a different type of coding system. So I feel that the direction we are going is a dangerous direction. We need to slow down a bit, and regulation will find it very difficult to catch up with the way that technology is going. So certainly, unless we are careful, there is a danger of AGI, or even these artificial intelligence, as it is accelerating, could become a threat to the human race itself. And that's a serious situation which we must take into account. It is no point being complacent. Even if, say, you are boarding an aircraft and somebody told you there's a 10% chance that this aircraft will crash, I think not many people will take that flight, right? That is exactly what's happening on artificial intelligence. Even if there is a 10% chance that it will lead to the extermination of the human race, I think we need to be very careful, because it's a very, very important point at this time to consider and take into account. So that's one. Now, coming to the second question, which is on looking at what will be the relevance of offline learning in a world where so much of technology is developing with AI in the online world. I think that for some time at least, till technology becomes so capable, there will certainly be a role for teachers to be able to guide students and to be able to leverage these tools and to teach students how to leverage these tools. So that part of the role of teachers will certainly be there. One. Now, number two is that I feel that increasingly teachers will also have a role in in sort of developing new curriculum, new approaches, new technology courses, and that will be a role which at this point in time maybe AI is not able to do independently. So teachers, I feel, do have a role, but this role will progressively get reduced as technology becomes more capable. So GPT represents a seismic shift. It is not an ordinary shift. It's a seismic shift which will threaten education as we know it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Randy Sudan. So it's education is like chat GPT is like a seismic shift. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Next question to Pak Henry. ChatGPT or any other AI platform has shown how easy it is to write articles in a flash. In contrary, there is concern that if this continues, then our creative writing or creative thinking skill will be affected and will rely too much on AI, especially for students, because before there was AI, we had to read a lot about materials to be able to write a good article. The question is, how could educators maintain the quality of students' creative writing or creative thinking skill while still utilizing AI? From Fahri Ali. Thank you.
Okay, I try to answer here. Now, this one, EA ChatGPT is the most power of ChatGPT is question. You know, the power of ChatGPT to use a make article is question. The question is how to make student can a question with high quality. This is important. Not use ChatGPT, no, but how minutes of the student is how to student can be made of question. This is important. In the question of good educator maintenance and quality student age, this is a problem. As a question is tingkatan apa level S6 level. Now knowing, understand, know, well, analyze. The 7 is 6 is create. Level cognitive can be used make how to make question. This is important. Now, without question high quality, ChatGPT can be answered by by exactly. I have example. Now I'm share. I can share something. Okay.
Sure, Pak.
Okay. Okay, I want to share something experience. Okay, now it's ChatGPT. I am in bahasa. Okay, ChatGPT. Where is it? ChatGPT. Okay, this is I new chat. If the question is the question, therefore this question, apakah arti dari gunung? What is gunung? What is mountain? Now, ChatGPT is writing. Wait a moment. Sorry, it's wait a moment. Why? What the blink? Mountain is here. Mountain is here. Let's say is on, right? Okay, but a second. Okay, this is analyze. The question is analyze. This is any question. Two question is different. Okay, we are to prepare student can be if gunung is always eruption. Why? I have to live in near mountain. This is have a answer. Have a answer. This is is mountain, but is from analyze mountain. This is question is high quality, not is low quality. This is human. This is proven if a human intelligence breaching must be breaching human intelligence. If he can make a question high quality and breaching to artificial intelligence. This is a point of the artificial intelligence in ChatGPT make an article. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Henry. So we, as a lecturers or as an educator, we need to think about how to make analyzing type of questions. Yeah. So it's like the students need to using their creative thinking. All right. Thank you. Next question we will have for Miss Kokoy. Can we know that the paper or the writing of some author really genuine, not using AI assistance? From Kailani. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kailani. Like the one that Professor Henry already showed us, the article that generate by ChatGPT is really. Sorry, can you show the question, please?
All right. Wait.
Yeah. So okay. Okay, can we know that the paper or the writing of some author really genuine, not using AI assistance? So, when we are writing the paper or journal for the scientific journal, we need to check the plagiarism. We need to check the same structure or reference that we are writing on our paper. If it's like the text is really similar to the one that outside, it can be other paper article or it can be Wikipedia article, any kind of article outside that really similar with our article. That's the plagiarism check. So. We can know that the paper or the writing of some author really genuine or not because of that plagiarism software, and that software is powered by AI. So when we upload our paper and then our plagiarism threshold is lower than 20%, or there is some threshold that a different journal paper require. So we cannot submit that paper because of the threshold. We get that 20% of plagiarism, but the threshold of that paper is 10%. So that means that a lot of our article that we write is making some difference or the similar text with the reference out there, like from article or from other results. Even if we want to cite or to write their article, we need to paraphrase their text. Like we cannot like exactly copy their a paragraph as it is, but we need to like paraphrasing and then cite it as a reference to the author out there. So yeah, I think that's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kokoy. So for the next question is there any more questions? Yeah. Right. So there are more questions. It's really interesting, and we have accepting many questions. All right. So for Mr. Andip Sudan, could you inform us about how to minimize the negative impact of ChatGPT for the students and their teachers? From Titi Chandrawati. Thank you.
So let's explore what would be the negative impacts of ChatGPT for students and for their teachers. So one negative impact might be that the students don't really learn. They just leverage GPT to provide answers and to do stuff without putting in the effort to really understanding a topic. So I think one way to mitigate that is to use this approach which is demonstrated in chat or in GPT-4, which is the Socratic method of learning. Now, if teachers encourage students and they use this type of method, I think the GPT itself will not allow the final answer to be provided, but will try to see that the student learns critically and does understand a concept before helping the student to come to the final answer. So I feel that the way that we leverage the prompts, because the whole GPT thing is based on prompts, the way that these prompts are defined by teachers and by students, I think might be one way to minimize the impact, the negative impact of ChatGPT. Now, as far as teachers are concerned, the impact of ChatGPT in a negative way might be that eventually teachers may not be able to be as good at teaching without the help of tools like ChatGPT. So I feel that every teacher has to become a prompt engineer, number one. You have to be on top of your game as far as these tools are concerned. And I would also just like to add to the discussion which was going on previously and share with you just a few things which are available to teachers to be able to see whether a particular item is taken from GPT or not. Of course, these are not perfect, so that's a caveat. But say, if you look at the AI text classifier, this is from OpenAI itself. So if you paste a text, it will show you whether it is human written or it is AI generated. So that is one. Of course, not perfect. Even they themselves say that this is not perfect, right? So this is one tool. There's another tool which is AI detector. So you can put your text here and it will detect. I think the best one which is there is perhaps originality.ai, but this is a subscription-based model and it is meant for serious. So academic work, for example, it's a plagiarism checker and AI detector as well. So this is another. And then I had mentioned GPT-0. So there are quite a few tools which are emerging where teachers can check whether the sort of content that is generated is generated by AI or not. But I would really urge all professors, all academicians, all teachers to become prompt engineers. It doesn't take much effort. But there are courses out there, for example, on Udemy, which is on prompt engineering. I think it is worth taking that, because unless you understand how exactly this technology works and you are able to leverage it, you will not be able to contribute in a positive or negative, or prevent a negative outcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Andip. So there are a lot of software, or yeah, a lot of websites for detecting AI. Yeah, so we can take a look. Thank you for presenting. So we know now some websites, yeah, to detect AI or and its originality of students' work. All right. So for the next question to Pak Henry, how can we use AI as a tool in counseling online and distance learners? From Abhishek Pandey. Thank you.
It's very difficult for me. It's counseling online with machine is I don't know what happened now we see here. Hey, okay. EA in counseling online and distant learner. Okay. This problem is counseling online is touch human, touch emotion, touch psychologist, but it's very, very difficult for EA. But it's EA can do something, but it's counseling with EA. I don't know what the result of counseling. I have because it's not the I don't believe. I'm sorry. This is my opinion. I don't believe the machine now right now, because I need to connecting with people if tacit knowledge. This is tacit knowledge, not explicit. Counseling is tacit, not explicit, not data, not document. This is a heart to heart. Now is very, very important to building EA can assistant, yes, but as counseling, connecting human to human is has even the psychologist is I right now I don't believe machine. It is according to me. I don't know. Maybe some expertise or some researchers maybe believe machine, but I'm sorry. I don't believe. I'm sorry.
But just sorry
Yes.
to come in, but
Yes.
let me share with you. Let us
Yes.
try it, because
Okay.
let us try.
Okay.
So
So,
here is
thank you.
ChatGPT. Here is ChatGPT, right?
Okay.
So the prompt I gave, I
Okay.
said that you are an expert career counselor.
Okay.
You are counseling a student to choose a career.
Oh, yes.
Go about counseling in a question-answer format.
Yes.
So it is generating. It is counselor.
Oh,
Thank you for coming in today to
yes,
discuss
yes,
your
yes.
career options. To get started, can you tell me a bit about your interests and hobbies? So student says, I enjoy playing video games, watching movies, and spending
Yes.
time outdoors.
Okay.
That's great. Now, can you tell me about your favorite subjects in school, or any academic areas you find particularly engaging? I really like math and science. So it is asking questions, and this can be programmed that you can actually give a response, and it can do a career counseling session for you, which is fairly good. That has been my experience.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Because I have an opinion, but it's suggestion, just a suggestion. But I hope I'm beside and me near to me as a human. If I tell something about myself, and this is a kind of human. Me is kind of human, is human intelligent catch bridging, but counseling. This I'm sorry. This is I'm sorry. No, IAS can to do all of maybe and counselor on in the in the healthy and almost. But it's certified is IAR certified and healthy. Okay, but I'm sorry. I don't really. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is my coding. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you, Pak Henry. So, yeah, according to Pak Henry, it still refer to counseling with human, yeah. All right, thank you. Next question. This for both Mr. Randip and Pak Henry. As we know, ChatGPT is a challenge for lecturers in making assessments as a competency assessment for students, but this technology is utilized by students. How do you react to it? From Rayhan, thank you.
So, Dr. Henry, would you like to go ahead? Go first.
You're first. You're first.
Okay. So, I have already shared my thoughts on this. I feel that each lecturer has to be proficient in prompt engineering and in understanding this technology. In fact, if you do that frequently, you will realize that even without AI classifier or originality.ai type of approach, you will be able to assess that whether this text looks human or it is AI generated. You can get a sense. I find, for example, since I have been using this ChatGPT extensively, that when I read a blog or an article, I am able to find, at least to some extent, that this does not seem to have been written. It has been written by an AI. Because of the way that the sentences are constructed, the way that the last conclusion is provided, etc., etc. So what I feel is that if lecturers are to make assessments, I urge everyone here that this is such an important technology that please see if you can become familiar with prompt engineering and use this more and more, because it is so versatile. It can do virtually so much. You can find research papers. And by the way, you need not just limit yourself to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT was trained with data sets which were up to September of 2021. Now, which means that it is not up to date as far as the latest information is concerned. But I would like to share with you, for example, Perplexity as a search engine. Now, you can ask a question whether ChatGPT can be used as a counselor. This is a question. Now, what it is doing is that it will give you some text. It will give you the references where it is picking this up. So it says, while ChatGPT is an AI tool and even used for therapy, it is not recommended to use as a counselor. Exactly what Dr. Henry was mentioning. While it is a tool, but don't use it. And you can get a detailed reply on this as well, more detailed. And it gives you the links. Just like, for example, if you are using Bing, or if you're using Edge, it has a Bing, icon on the right, which can also help you to identify and to be able to compose and get insights, because this is a browser. I'm asking a question, but if I go to any other website, it can do that. And by the way, one more thing which I would like to share with the professors here is that when you are looking at YouTube videos, for example, if I'm looking at YouTube, and I'm looking at artificial intelligence. So there may be a video on artificial intelligence, for example. So there may be, say, I'm just taking some 3 days ago.
This week, Google jumped into the AI arms.
Okay. Now, what you see on the right, because you may not have time to go through this, 1 hour to 2 hour videos. you have something called GLASP, which gives you a transcript and summary. So this video on the left, just give me a moment, because I also have this word tune, which is, yes. So you see there is a transcript and summary immediately generated of this YouTube video. Now, you may not have time to go through the entire transcript and summary. There's a tab which can summarize this in GPT. So it has straight away taken the video, created a transcript. That transcript, it has provided you a summary. You know, very quickly you can, I think it really expands your capabilities as a professor or as a teacher to be able to explore more resources, both visual, audio-visual, and textual, and be able to teach much, much better with the use of this AI. So that's my thought. Thank you.
Thank you. So what about Pak Henry?
Right. Thank you. I have some slide. Yes. Okay. I share. I know. No. Okay. This is like step of assessment. Step assessment. I know this article in here can product with EA, but this is on level 2 assessment. One assessment I have one assessment. This is a result of ChatGPT. No, every student can release to article. This one. This is from ChatGPT, and now this is from ChatGPT 2. Some student can release some like this and that. What moment? Okay. Yes. Okay. This is a Faris Septian Satrio Aji, and now this is use article and demo demonstration, make a demonstration with article this year. Nice. And now we self-evaluation. The importance of ChatGPT result, if self-evaluation is can bring information, something what is he makes. This one is this is a paragraph, one paragraph first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. Yes, make information. If the cognitive F and the cognitive student can be tell about something in the level 3 assessment. This is make a video. This 1, 2, 3 level make a assessment with a level 2 to assess to assessment. No. It's like that. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Not premium. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, like tell about a project in the okay. such topic. He say tell about project with level 1, 2, 3. If a similar is very good, but if 1, 2, 3 is different, as not same level 1, level 2, level 3. This is a ChatGPT just to use make, but he know what to make. Here, I'm sorry, I'm very confused. And this is, I know now. I want to tell about this is assessment can a level. Who is assessment? Students himself, not the system. Self-assessment. This is important in ChatGPT product. If a nice make a result of EA can be better and better again, because not a self-assessment, ChatGPT can make something in student, makes a self-student can a level assessment, but is self-evaluation. Self-evaluation can be tell, can write and project and know what is. This is important to make student believe this is a product myself. Without although this is product is ChatGPT, but is a tell, is a self-assessment, is a remake on paraphrasing on that. Is it done? Is to use this self. There is keyword in the product student must be self-evaluation. I'm sorry, this is my comment.
Thank you, Mr. Randip and Pak Henry. Such an elaborative answer, yeah. So thank you also for introducing us to perplexity.com. So we know another website, yeah. And also for Pak Henry, yeah, such an elaborative answer. So self-assessment or self-evaluation, yeah, it's important. All right. So for the next, one last question. For Ms. Kokoy, how does AI work so that it can improve the health of students? From Oki Dwinanto. Thank you. You can unmute yourself first. You can unmute yourself, Ms. Kokoy.
Oh, sorry. Okay. In my presentation before, like I mentioned that AI can improve the health of the student, right? But the health in this regard is not health, but the health, physical health, but it's the the mental health, the student mental health that I mentioned. I mean something like that. So student mental health is really important, right? Because it's improve the engagement between the the student and the teachers or the tutor, and the student engagement is referred to the degree of attention, curiosity, and interest, also optimism and passion that students show when they are learning or being taught, and which the extent to the motivation they have to learn and progress in their educations. And student engagement also can be seen as the glue that hold together all aspects of student learning and growth. And not only does the student engagement make teaching itself more fun, engaging, and rewarding, but it has to be to be, to have a critical impact on student, like for all overall student growth. And when students display high level of behavior like emotional or cognitive engagement, they are more likely to excel academically and form a stronger sense of connection with their colleagues and teachers, and have a more positive sense of social emotional well-being. So it's enhanced the student mental health. So this what the student improving the student health, I mean. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kokoy. Well, that's the last questions in this session. So we would like to thank the speakers for the informative, fascinating, and elaborative presentation and discussion. Yeah, and all the participants for participating in this session. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, requisite of getting certificate, please filling out the feedback form with the link that the organizer will give later. And then before we ended this event, we would like to invite Ms. Eka Julianti, ESCOM MSE, as the ICE representative to award the certificate to the speakers. For the speakers, you may open the camera on.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Ami. Hi, Mr. Randip. Nice to see you again. Pak Henry dan Miss Kokoy.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your time and your sharing today. Very interesting, especially for me. And we believe your sharing that has been provided for us. Okay. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to give you an certificate of appreciation for your great contribution to this webinar. The first, this is for Mr. Randip. Let's give virtual applause for him. And this one, certificate for Pak Henry Praherdiono. Let's give virtual applause for him. And the last for Miss Kokoy Siti Komaria. Please accept it with our sincere gratitude. Let's give virtual round of applause for our speakers today, please. Thank you and see you later.
Thank you, Ms. Eka, Mr. Randi, Pak Henry, and Ms. Kokoy. Finally, this is the end of our webinar. Thank you very much for all the speakers, organizer, and all participants. I'm Ami. As the moderator, apologize if there is any mistakes. It's a pleasure to preside this forum. Until next time, we'll see you in the next CEF.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.